haven't been involved since the beginning. So that's a misconception. There were conversations and preliminary meetings between our offices, and then lo and behold, there was an announcement at the end of September that in 7 days, every officer in the Memphis Police Department was going to start wearing a body camera. And that was when I reached out to former Mayor Wharton and said, please, for the sake of the police, who these videos will protect, for the sake of the victims, and for the sake of the criminal justice system, my office has got to be prepared. At that point, nobody in our office had been trained on where to find the video footage, what to do with it when we find it. These are pieces of evidence. This is not entertainment for everyone's at-home viewing. This is evidence that we've got to make sure we can bring a jury to see. And so none of that work had been done at that point. That's what we've been busily, and I think the director can speak to the constant communication that our two offices are in and have been in to get us all ready for that. But it's going to mean increased manpower for my office. It's going to mean increased IT requirements. It's going to impact the public defender's office. It's going to impact the criminal court system. All of that.
Clearly seems that the right hand did not know what the left hand was doing.
And again, I don't think it gets us.
How did that happen when we're at a period of the country where we all want these body cameras? Both of you and everyone in the administration and city leaders want these body cameras to roll out for transparency, the protection of the public, the protection of the officers. How is it possible that everyone wasn't included at the table so that we came up with a reasonable deadline?
I can't speak to that. I can't speak for what other people did or didn't do. I can only speak for the fact that I have an office to run as District Attorney General, and I have work that's got to be done. Again, these are pieces of evidence, and we've got to make sure that instead of putting out 2,000 body cameras and having 2,000 mistakes, that we get this right for the sake of the public and for the sake of the officers. And
here's the thing that
would you like to answer the question about how did it happen that there was such an ocean of disconnect between January.
I think the mayor hit it on the head when he basically said that this was a ambitious project. Certainly there were deadlines that was set that was just unreasonable to meet. We worked to meet those deadlines, but there are a lot of things that were not taken into consideration in meeting those deadlines. And one of those things was the Attorney General's office ability to adequately prosecute the cases and review the footage, the massive amount of footage that they would have to review. It's going to take additional staffing, not only on her part, but on my part too. It's no secret that we have had reductions in my office. We're down almost 400 and something officers. So if you ask us for something, or if you file an open records request for something, there's a redaction period that has to be taking place, which means that an officer has to sit down, or someone has to sit down and literally view all of that video. And imagine how labor intensive that is for you to ask me just for 2 officers video for 16 hours of work. Somebody has to sit down and look at 16 hours of film to redact and protect the public from their private information going public as well. So it's a massive project that with a lot of moving parts.
Who set the deadline, sir?
Let me say this, and I'm gonna close it out on saying this. It's a massive project with a lot of moving parts. All of the relevant people are at the table. We're talking on a weekly basis, almost on a daily basis. We're talking on a daily basis. We all have agreed that this is a project that we would have to slowly implement. It was aggressive to start with, but I think, as the mayor said, to do it right, we're going to have to just do it incrementally versus going department-wide. And if we do that, it's still going to be a significant benefit to our citizens. With that said, again, as we progress through this, we'll continue to update you with our progress. And when we're ready to proceed, the mayor will put the media release out. Thank you all.
Thanks.
I asked y'all this in